Okay, so let me see. Where were we? All these little notes I haven't read. So many things. Okay, so you are currently in a place known as Lear's Gate, which is some kind of like mangrove swamp-like affair, and would seem to be the playground of a thing called the Abarthok, a kind of a vampirish type being which was playing with a child when you got here. You defeated the creature. Um, you have the child with you, and you're currently looking for this node that will tell you what the hell is going on. To jump it forward a little bit, you can definitely sense the flow of where the central point of this particular node is, and you come across in a stagnant pool of water a strange-looking stone object about 5 feet in height, looking for all the world like a giant stone pimple. It's inlaid with intricate Celtic knotwork patterns, which are pulsing with pulsing between blue and orange, like these kind of waves over it again and again and again. And you can sense that this is an object of significance, shall we say. It definitely feels like this might be what you're looking for. And it is approximately 4 to 5 feet tall and roughly that around. And it's beautifully engraved and very solid and dense looking. As I was saying, those little edges and grooves are all lit up by this like pulsing
Kirbying
calm
out
energy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what would you like to do?
Our job, as I recall, was to reset it.
Okay.
Is there
a
button?
Well, we did receive some instructions, I recall.
Maka said to interface with the node here to find out what's going on. So this is more like a diagnostic node, which will explain what's going on.
That sounds like a job for the brain over there.
Well, I was thinking about Caliban's. I was thinking about Caliban's. I hesitate to use the first word that comes to mind. Shall we say the memory that seems to be encoded in his genes instead of the bad word?
Yeah. Is there any way for us to suss out what exactly we're looking at?
It's very similar to the piece of rock you have in your hand, or you have in your backpack, the stone guardian that you came across before.
Is it like a remote control? Is it like a?
Yeah, it's a controller. That's a remote.
Well, yeah. Well, no, that was a piece of debris because we had smashed that one. So I mean, we
similar technology.
Smashed this one, or
no. This is what we're supposed to look at. This is the console that tells us like which fuse needs to get replaced, and so therefore we do need to interpret it. And as far as that is concerned, Kieran, should we put our heads together to come up with a way, or is there a role that tells us we found the way?
You tell me what whichever you prefer.
This is what I'll do. I will run my hand over it, see if there's does it react, or for instance, the difference.
Absolutely. The moment you touch it. The moment you touch it, it flares very brightly to blue light, and an image appears directly above it of a impossibly tall Celtic warrior, with his left arm completely encased in like a silver kind of silver kind of metallic looking object, or sorry, like a looking hand, I should say.
With you on this one.
Yeah, you know your Celtic myth, and the figure looks down at you, and it kind of looks down at you for a moment, and just says, "Enter inquiry."
The name of the thingy. What's the name of the thingy?
Right. What's the? Oh, is that the question? I'll look back. Are we? Yes.
This is an interface stone.
I have a question. I'll say. Now, when I take my hand off of it, is it still active?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we shut this machine
How do we
down?
how do we reset? And it was the alpha thing. What's the name of it?
Okay.
Maka told us.
The alpha node. The alpha node.
Yes.
Mhm.
We
The
would like to know
hyperspace engine.
how to reset the alpha node of the hyperspace engine.
You must interface directly with the alpha node.
Yes, and that is where?
Do you wish to know the alpha node's current status?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And location.
The alpha node's current status and location. The alpha node's current status is that it is currently calculating a jump. It will jump in approximately 3 hours' time. When it jumps, one of three outcomes is likely. The entire network will vanish peacefully as the engine jumps to the new location. This will take anyone within the network with them also. The second likelihood is that the network will detonate. Network's energies will spill over into the real world like a series of atomic bombs, destroying any part of the planet nearby. Nearby is relative. The third likelihood is that the network could spill all its occupants into the real world and possibly open a permanent rift into hyperspace, thereby destroying the planet and perhaps the solar system.
Well,
to reset the node, you must interface directly with the node. The node's current location is off the west coast of, and it looks at you, each of you for a second, Ireland.
That's where we're at, right?
yes, but we are not off the west coast. So we went to portal number 1, and the lady there sent us to portal number 2. We have now been in portal number 2, and it is sending us off to node, which I shall call number 3 for reasons. Okay.
I'd like to ask, can we have remote access to the system? Is there a way to have remote access outside the alpha node, I guess, or outside this facility?
You can access the alpha node and other nodes within the network, but your control is limited.
Actually, can we open a doorway at any location we would like to? For instance,
there are doorways connected to each of the nodes that lead to the real world. You also have connections to other nodes, if that is what you wish.
We would like a connection to the alpha node. We want to go poof, right there.
And actually, how many connections are there?
Over 300 at this point.
All right. Can we shut down all except the alpha node until otherwise stated?
That can be done from the alpha node.
All right. Let's go to this alpha node. Good sweet.
Attempting to operate doorway. There will be a plus or minus 10 kilometer variance due to local interference.
I'll look back at the others and say, get ready to fly, just in case.
Also, identify specifics of the current interference.
Large amounts of Ka energy sporadically erupting around the point of the alpha node,
right,
where it exists within real space.
Okay, well, that's not very different than what was happening back at the cave. I'm just a little worried that a certain somebody who happens to be off the west coast of Ireland may be operating here.
Well, let's see.
You have a call. Would you like me to allow it through?
Oh, yeah. If it's for me, I'm not here.
That's right. Let's put him on hold for a while. So wait. What's the time? How long until this portal opens for us?
3 hours. Oh, sorry. The time for the portal can be activated immediately.
Okay, guys, prepare to activate portal on our mark. All right, let's take the call.
Okay. The phone clicks alive, and it is Blackwood. He's like, "Can you hear me? Hello? There's some terrible interference."
Can you specify on what device is he speaking? Is it the same node, like where the guy was?
It's your mobile phone.
Oh, it's my mobile.
Yeah.
Hello. I suppose, did you try to call Shmoo first?
Of course.
No.
She was engaged for some reason. No, the phone was engaged. It said something about a long distance call. But no.
But someone's getting Uber.
Somebody's ruining my credit.
I know. He's busy calling all of his
Anyway, that's
friends.
not important right now. I want you to pull out entirely of this Ireland situation.
Well, that would actually be, we were actually considering doing that very thing. We actually seem to have a handle on, well, rather literally, a reset button. And we have embarked on that path, and I really don't think pulling out at the moment is much of an option. So
I'm asking you immediately to pull out.
We don't operate on a need-to-know basis here, Blackwood.
I'm
the world's going to blow up.
Yeah,
as your employer to pull out now.
Hold on 1 second. I'll look at the note and I'll say repeat the dilemma that we're in, and I'll want this.
Wait, the three-peat of all the wonderful things lying in wait for us.
Okay, it lists down the wonderful things and what you call one after the other, and there's a pause at the moment from Blackwood. And he's like, "Useful information, but I still want you out of here.
Fair enough.
I can't trust you three with this.
You can't trust us.
I'll send
three.
out a different agent.
Well, fascinating. With different agents, even fascinating. Well, I'd like to see them show up at the Alpha Noon before we do. If they're there, we'll pull out. See you later.
I make myself clear. Do not hang up on me.
Hang up the phone.
Well, no, that's all right. I actually hold it out of Shmoo's reach, even though I know she can stretch. You know, it's like I know you can stretch. I just like doing it, right? And so, then I'll say, listen, give me one good reason why we should pull out and stop.
You listen to me, because I'm your employer. I am your God, for a better word. I'll do what I tell you to do.
I'm doubling over laughing.
Well,
I'm like, can you believe this guy? Caliban,
not be treated like this.
Caliban,
this
here.
Is unacceptable.
Caliban, this is for you. I'll hand you the phone.
I'll say, we'll be out in a little while, and then I'll click. And all right.
Don't you?
Sorry. I'll play like I hung up. I go, okay, I hung up on that insufferable ass. Let's keep going. And then I'll be like, can you believe that guy? We're trying to save the world as I hand the phone back, pretending that I've hung up the phone.
Mm-hmm. Amazing what words you learn in Celtic when you're around here, and I repeat several of them, and then I hang up.
Well, I guess there goes our Christmas bonus.
Yeah. Employer, my ass, doing that guy a favor from the start. Okay, so
he almost said Lord and Master. You know, it was that close. You know.
Right.
Portal.
We'll see.
Mark.
Okay. Portal crackles open. A completely spherical, what you call a rip in space and time. Beyond it, you can see what looks like heavy rain. What you call terrible looking weather conditions, bright flashes of light, which you take to be lightning. Yeah, don't look so good.
So it's the portal's opening into the real world over there.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah, presumably. Mm-hmm. Okay. At this point, I guess I'm going operational, and all the humor is gone. So I'm going to go into my sort of standard about ready to go, and I look quickly to the both of you.
Yeah. I'll go first. I go through the portal.
Okay. I assume the rest of you follow.
I do.
Yeah. And by the way, I still have that young girl with us.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Does she have a name?
You
Yes. She little girl.
probably little girl, because that's as far as you know. That's her name. She's still unconscious.
Girl.
You find yourselves on the heaving deck of what looks like a fishing boat, which is in the middle of a hurricane. Ahead of you, you see a strangest sight you have ever seen: a island. In a sea of churning rock, all the way around the ocean, around the island. These blades of stone are ripping out of the ocean and then just coming crashing down again. The entire area around the island, the ocean is like heaving up and heaving down. Like imagine a coral reef gone freaking crazy, which is just like ripping up anything that tried to approach this by water would be shredded instantly. The second thing you see is that the island itself is coated in what looks like a primeval forest. Trees impossibly large, things that look like make redwoods look like little toothpicks. And the next big thing you notice is there's another island, maybe about a kilometer away from it. This one notable in the fact that it is covered in a huge green force field, which seems to be taking occasional lightning strikes from up above. As you watch, a group of bright lights launch from this force field covered island and jet straight towards the original island I described, the forest covered one, where they like plummet downward at high speed. The island reacts almost organically, and these huge tendrils kind of whip up out of the
forest canopy. I don't know.
And where it strikes them, they explode. When the lights plummet down to where they actually hit and don't get taken out by the tentacles, they detonate with the force of high velocity missiles. There is bright flashing lights all across the forest. You can hear the thunder of what sounds like gunfire, like cannon fire, for want of a better word, all the way through this forest, though you can't make out very much. As I say, there is still a huge storm raging. You guys are like plunging on a deck that's basically going up at this angle and then down at this angle on a regular basis. You can see like what looks like a couple of fishermen in the little tower at the back of the boat, kind of looking down at you with absolute shock and amazement. By the way, minor thing, your carpools are now refreshed. Your time within the Tiernan Oak has completely regenerated them. The two fishermen are kind of looking at you, jaws open, like, the Caliban alone is like a sight to behold. He's got some little girl thrown over his shoulder. Shmoo, you're automatically probably moving your hands your limbs at kind of different angles just to hold on to the heaving decks.
I will gesture to the fisherman. I will point at my eyes, and I will point like toward the front of the boat, and then I will make driving motions. And then
two of them are like
eyes front, eyes on the road. Okay, so we need to get to the alpha node, which is the green one, clearly. And so since I don't fly, and you don't fly, and you don't fly, and we have a little girl, we are going to have to sail this boat over there. And I am sorry to say that those fellows are safest with us while doing it. I do not see putting them into their little donuts and leaving them to bob about in this sea. So that's unfortunate that we're risking everybody. But then again, destroying the solar system is the alternative. So
yeah, exactly. I'm going to put a life jacket if one's available on the little girl.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. Yeah.
And I'm going to look at like my companions, and I'm going to say, do you think this will be as easy as it was at the end of the Call of Cthulhu novel. We just drive this boat into that raging tempest and it just explodes.